Breaking news here on Dolphins Today. The Miami Dolphins have cut 4 players, getting the roster down to 85 ahead of Tuesday's deadline. They have also placed tight end Adam Shaheen on injured reserve. We knew that moves were going to happen today because of the deadline at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Here are the moves the Dolphins have made hours before that deadline. They have waived offensive lineman Cole Banwart, who was a UDFA last year out of Iowa, was taking some snaps at center with Michael Dieter out. They have waived DeVonte Dedmon. They signed Dedmon to a futures contract earlier this offseason. Jordan Williams, an undrafted free agent this year, he has been waived. Tino Ellis got hurt in Saturday's preseason game. He has been waived/injured. And then Adam Shaheen has been placed on injured reserve. Before we get into more on this, I want you to go down and subscribe because we're trying to get to 27,000 subscribers. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Let's talk about Adam Shaheen first because Shaheen has been in news recently because last Tuesday, it's now been a week, he was traded along with a 7th-round pick to Houston for a 6th-round pick. However, when Shaheen landed in Houston on Thursday to take his physical, that trade was canceled because he failed a physical, and today he has been placed on season-ending injured reserve. His season is over. His time with the Dolphins likely over as well because he will be a free agent in March. And when players are placed on IR before the season, that rules them out for the entire season. So Shaheen is done. The injury, Mike McDaniel was asked about the injury today at his press conference. Here's what he said. We 100% thought he was 100% healthy before the nullified Texans trade. We were surprised about the knee injury, as Adam was. He got more opinions and decided to get surgery. That puts him on IR, and he's out for the season. What is your one-word reaction to the Adam Shaheen news? Go down in the comments section and let me know. We were all, I think, kind of excited about that trade because at least the Dolphins got something in return for Shaheen, who wasn't even going to make this roster anyway. My one word is just a mess. I mean, this whole Shaheen situation in the last week has just been a mess. They traded him to Houston. Then he fails his physical. Because that trade was nullified, he had to return to the Dolphins, was back on the Dolphins roster, and now he's got to get knee surgery. He's placed on season-ending IR. We certainly hope the best for Shaheen, that he has a quick recovery. But let's take a look at this updated tight end depth chart with Shaheen out of the fold. You have Tanner Conner now kind of moving up. He is now the 5th tight end behind Mike Gesicki, Durham, Smythe, Hunter Long, and Cethan Carter. Carter, I don't think he has much of a chance to make this team, so maybe Tanner Conner can be the 4th tight end on this football team if they carry 4, or maybe he can challenge Hunter Long for the 3rd tight end spot because Tanner Conner has looked very, very good in camp. He also looked pretty good with a team-leading 3 catches in Saturday's preseason game. I want to tell you about this great deal we're giving you because you can go pick up your Jalen Waddle Penguin jerseys at chatsports.com/Waddle. It's on sale for a limited time. Go and take advantage. It's going to be a big sophomore year for Penguin. Did you see that NFL Network Top 100? He obviously deserved to be on Top 100, but they were saying they were doing the duck song, and they were saying Waddle's like a duck. I mean, come on. They didn't do any homework. He's Penguin, not duck. Chatsports.com/Waddle. Go pick up your Jalen Waddle jerseys today. Let's talk about some of the other moves the Dolphins have made. They have waived 4 players, including Cole Banwart. Now, Banwart was a UDFA out of Iowa in 2021. He was picked up by the Dolphins back in May, and he was kind of the backup center in camp with Dieter out. So he was the backup center to Connor Williams, but Banwart, his snaps were almost as bad as Connor Williams apparently. So Banwart has been let go, along with DeVonte Dedmon. Now, Dedmon was a very talented CFL return man, had some special teams value, but even with that special teams value, he did not have much of a chance to make the roster with the wide receiver depth on the Dolphins. He really, I'm not surprised that the Dolphins let him go today. Jordan Williams, an undrafted free agent defensive lineman out of Virginia Tech. He had 1 tackle on Saturday against the Buccaneers. He was one of the players waived today, along with Tino Ellis. And I was kind of disappointed about Tino because I like Tino. He was on the practice squad last year, played pretty well. in the USFL. He signed back with the Dolphins on July 27th. However, he was injured in the game on Saturday, so you do see that quite a bit. When a player gets hurt, they'll waive/injure the player. That's the official name for that specific roster move. What is the most surprising move that the Dolphins made today? Go down in the comments section. Let me know, what move did you not see coming? I thought Banwart would survive the first round of cuts. I really did, because with Dieter's injury history, Banwart was kind of the emergency backup center, if you will, and he was getting a decent number of reps in camp. But with Dieter coming back, with them feeling comfortable with Dieter as the backup center to Connor Williams, maybe that's why they're letting Banwart walk. Shaheen on IR is also a little bit surprising, and when I'm looking at this situation, we did not know how significant the injury was. He failed the physical. That can be a minor thing, or it can be somewhat of a major thing. And in Shaheen's case, it was major, so the knee injury is worse than expected. He has been placed on IR. I thought that they might kind of make the same move with Shaheen that they did with Tino Ellis, where they waive/injure the player. So I thought that Shaheen might be let go completely today. However, he has been placed on the IR. Least surprising move is DeVonte Dedmon. I mean, he had no shot at making this team. Obviously, the special teams value was there. Could have been a pretty good return man for the Dolphins, but the wide receiver room was just way too loaded for Dedmon to make the team. Now, only one undrafted free agent from this last class was cut. That was defensive tackle Jordan Williams. So all the other UDFAs, including Blaise Andries, survived this batch of cuts. Here is also who survived. D'Angelo Ross survived. I thought Ross might get cut today. I do not think D'Angelo Ross is very good at playing football, so he survives the next round of cuts. So do the two Elijahs, Elijah Hamilton and Elijah Campbell, and then Gerrid Doaks, who I fully expect to be the first running back let go amongst all of the Dolphins' 6 running backs right now. He survived this round of cuts as well. Next Tuesday, we will see the roster go from 85 to 80. And then the Tuesday following, Tuesday, August 30th, which will be the conclusion of the preseason, the roster will go down to 53. So that's going to be something. 27 guys are going to get cut before August 30th. Now, just a reminder that we're live every Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 3 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Pacific for Dolphins Live. We're going to be talking about Dolphins training camp news and notes. We're also going to be previewing the Saturday night preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's going to be a lot of fun. Turn on your notifications so you will get an alert right as we go live. We're going to be live Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time for our Dolphins live show. Now, the Dolphins did sign someone else yesterday. We obviously talked about Mackenzie Alexander, them bringing Alexander in to replace True Williams. They also signed Niles Scott, who spent last season on the Titans, Patriots, and Seahawks practice squads. He has not played, though, in an NFL game since 2018. He was an undrafted free agent that year out of Frostburg State. To be honest, I had no idea that school even existed, but Frostburg State, a real place, played 6 games with the Bengals in 2018. So Niles is one of those guys, man, that's just trying to stay in the league, trying to get back on an NFL team, and so he is signed with the Dolphins. He signed yesterday. Let's take a look at the updated defensive line depth chart. So Niles Scott is one of the nose tackles they have brought in. So they bring him in. He's got an outside chance to make this football team. I did believe the Dolphins needed a little bit more defensive line depth, so they have brought in Niles Scott for that reason. Thanks for watching this edition of Dolphins Today. Again, go down, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any move the Dolphins make.